Hello, my people. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome to Mike at Night. We are live and alive. All right. Come inside, my people. Let me see you all on. All right. Let's invite you to rock and come in. Rock and come in, my people. We want to see everybody inside the live. Okay. Let me welcome Charmaine, always the first to be on. Good evening, Cassie. Nice. I'm doing fine, Charmaine. Thank you very much. Candice Alexander. Wonderful. Let me see here. And I get all right. I'm seeing people now. Okay. All right. Let me welcome. All right. Kenneth Hodge, the chef himself, boy. Marva. Nice. Rock and come in, people. All the rock and come in. Yes, happy to have you all. We have a wonderful topic this evening. You know, we have to make sure we have everybody inside this evening. Yes. Joanna Peters, good evening. Nice to see you all logging on early. The stragglers that I'll be scared for. Sheila Thomas, good evening. North Carolina. Nice, 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 nice. All of you wonderful people. Kimoy. Hey, nice. Good evening to you. Rock and come in. In the meanwhile, people, share the live. Share the live. You understand? Share the live. Just go to your Facebook. If you really love this program, go to your Facebook and press share. Put it on your screen so that we'll have as many people as possible being part of this program. Why is it some incredible, wonderful women select some of the kind of men that they select? Mercy. Wonderful. Hey, Pete Gray. Long time no see, long time no hear, boy. Welcome, welcome. Rock and come in. Rock and come in, man. Yeah. Maud Chase. Good evening to you. McKinney John. All of you all, man. We're just waiting for more people to come on board. We're going to go deep in this thing tonight. We're going to help you ladies understand some things. Well, you know that I advocate for men. I am unashamedly advocate for men. But I don't be blindsided by men's issues. I try not to be. I try to be as balanced as possible. There are some men that you ask yourself, why some women even bother with? They are not worth it. Marcia Saunders, hey, good, good, good. Nice, nice. Wonderful people. All right. So you all come in, man. Share the live, people. Share the live. Make sure you do. All right. So while we waiting on Flam, Flam is on. Hey, that is radio name now. Flams. Flams it mean that a person air serious and it only flams in. But I know that that's not Lawrence. But he give his name Flam. All right. So I hope you all had a wonderful week. Yeah, for those of us in Trinidad and Tobago, we had a holiday yesterday. It was very nice. We had a nice cricket match in the up at Heritage Park in Black Rock. It was a wonderful thing, and I must say that I admire the way how they have fixed up that place in Black Rock Heritage Park. Wonderful, wonderful. It was a delight being there. I don't know which agency of the government may have done it, but kudos to you all for doing that. Myrtle McKnight. Now come, she say. All right. I see my sister now log in. What can come in? Good evening. All right. So just before we continue there, let me just introduce you to a course that we have coming up. This course is in communication skills and in it's a combined of communication skills and customer service. One of the things that we need to enhance on this island, this wonderful island of ours, and in almost every island, is communication skills and customer service. So this is a virtual workshop that anybody could attend. It's going to be on the 15th of April, and we're going to cover areas such as effective communication, barriers to communication, biases also in communication, because that could break down communication, and how we communicate verbally and written, and sometimes get ourselves all tied up because we may have said the things in the wrong way or written it in the wrong way. And then we're going to deal with customer service, the importance of customer service. Why is it a customer? Why do customers want more than ever? Why do we actually need them? Yes? And what do they want more than ever from us as customer service agent? And we're speaking about body language. Sometimes you say the right thing, but your body's saying something else. Personal qualities in service agents. People who deal with the public is a refined type of person. They can't be moody and irritable. I went to a particular establishment recently in Tobago. It's not too long open. They're selling pastries, selling some food. Look fairly good, good food and pastries. I asked the lady for if I could get my pastry warmed up, because I like my pastry hot. And it was a vegetable pastry, so you know, inside of it, little soggy and so on. The lady told me that, you know, they have no microwave to warm it up. But then I saw something looking like a microwave. So I jokingly said, but isn't that a microwave? You know, my name is Michael. I call it microwave. The lady who was a customer there chuckled at me saying that, but not the girl who was saying it. She said, what did I tell you? I tell you we have no microwave. I said, well, I was just inquiring because I saw one behind there. If it was working, I would have tell you. Yes, next. I say, well, mister. And it's a place not too long opening up. I could tell all the way it is, but I wouldn't go down that road. Anyway, but if you're interested in the course, you could go to my website, www.michaelatstewart, and sign up for the course. The cost of the course is, well, you would have seen it on the screen there. It is not an exorbitant cost, but it is a cost worth investing. It is $275 TT or 50 US, or if you pay by the 15th of April. If not, then you pay the 375 TT or 60 US if you pay after that. But hello, make sure you sign up for it. All right, we're going to tell you about more of that as we get along in the program. How are you doing? How are you doing? Do we have everybody on board now? Yes. Chef, too many women are looking for the knight in shining armor. Yes, but that shining armor have rust under a number of fellas. So only to realize he's a dragon in disguise. I would leave that pastry right there, bro. Yeah. So I left with the pastry. I know the person who opened the establishment, and I'm not one to go and eat out really, but I wanted to patronize because I believe that we should patronize our local business people. So I left with the cold pastry. I didn't enjoy it at all. One, because of the behavior, and then two, I had to take it literally cold. And I didn't want to throw it away. So it was very, very thing. But I say that was my first experience. And as somebody says, twice, first and last. I don't plan to go back there again because I really don't think I should be working hard for my money and then have somebody treat me bad and I'm giving you my hard-earned money. I'm not doing that at all. So, to the owner of that pastry shop that just opened, and it's a food place also, it promises to be a very good establishment, but no, you all need to work on those people there. Sheila say, I wonder why these women choose these type of men. Go ahead, tell me. Sheila says, I did this course with Mr. Stewart many years ago. I still have my certificate. Hey, Sheila, glad to have you. Thank you very much. We really try in our training program to be very interactive and make it very impactful. And I'm happy when I meet people today who have taken the courses that I've done years ago and say that they have still been implementing the principles that we've said. All right. So let's get going now with all the action. I sure you all have shared the live already. And we're going to talk about why is it incredible women, wonderful women. I'm telling you, some really, really nice women settle for some questionable suspects. And I'm not talking about criminals. I'm just talking about, you just don't line up. And I'll give you a true feedback from my own experience. I went to school with a particular girl. But I tell you, that girl, clearly she was well brought up. Mannerly, pleasant, easy to talk with, and so on. Mind her business. When guys approach her, she's not hostile, but she has her boundaries. And you could see clearly from talking to her, you know she has boundaries. You can't try nothing stupid with her. She will nicely put you in your place. One sweet lady. You understand me? From since school days. Having left school, I know, and we say, when the guys get together, no guy could ever point his finger and say, I passed it. Because the girl, you had such high respect for the girl. You understand? So people, sometimes you'll make up a story and say, listen, I passed by that girl and me and she do thing and so on. And sometimes it's a lie because guys like to boast about things that do ever happen. But nobody would talk them kind of nonsense here about this particular girl. Yeah? But after having left school, that girl married a guy. And we say, boy, how could she marry? The guy is a player. The guy, you can't take his word. Unreliable. I mean, guys know this is a guy that guys should stay away from. And that's the guy that she married. It was not long after the marriage that the marriage broke up. Boy, but I felt for that girl. I felt for that girl. Yeah? What a pity. What would cause a girl, a nice, wonderful woman like that, to fall for a guy, as Lawrence now put in, Flams just put in, worthless. Worthless. You understand me? What would cause that? So we're going to talk about that today, and I'm going to read, I'm taking it from an article from, well, these people have their big names, and the name that'd be too much for me to call, but it's a 2023 article that came out in November, talking about this same topic. And I really want to go in on this writer's article. Let me see if I can call it name. Kumar. Kumaar. Kumar is the name of it. And they talk about 10 reasons. I'm going to give you some of these reasons why it is said that these women go with these losers. Losers. And you only have nice fellas. Want some of these to be with some of these girls. And these girls reject these good guys outright. And land up with riffraff. And then now become hateful of men. But this lady is saying, number one, biology. You said biology is one of them. Biology. They said biology from the standpoint of that dopamine, which is one of the things the hormones that deposited in your body that makes you want to repeat an act. Dopamine is a drug that sometimes people take synthetically, but it is also a drug that is deposited naturally in the body that make you want to repeat an act. So even though you didn't like the school and so on, when you get your certificate and so on, you change your mind and say, okay, I will go back and study again and do my degree or certificate. And you're stressed out and you say, I can't wait to finish this. And then when you finish it and you get it, dopamine hits you again. All right, I'm going to go for my master's and so on. That is what dopamine does. It makes you want to repeat an act. And dopamine that is taken as a drug, that when they say that, you know, somebody is on dope, it causes them to want to take this drug and feel a certain way. And even though they tell themselves, I'm done with drugs, the dopamine is so high that they want to feel that way again, and they go back on the drugs again. So this dopamine, how does it play out in relationships with these nice girls? You might be in a relationship with somebody, and because there's rupture and repair, things go bad, things go good. But in between, when things go bad, and you mend that, you get so excited that this relationship is mended because you may have been at a low, you may have been feeling sorry, you have been feeling despondent, and then the guy calls you. Or he passes by you and says, girl, I'm sorry, let me make up back. And you feel so nice and so on. So you tell yourself, all right, I'm going back again. You know, that might have been a rough spot and so on. And the fella doesn't change. You move back in, or you're back in the relationship again, and it's the same thing again. You're all mashed up. And then that dopamine comes back again. I want to feel the way how I used to feel in the relationship. So that in between, that intermittent break again, makes you long for the person. And then you call them, and you're back in the relationship again, and you feel good, and the thing breaks down again. So you're in a revolving door, and sometimes the guy is breadcrumbing the woman. What does breadcrumbing mean? Breadcrumbing means that he gives you enough things, treats you in such a way that you want to stay, but does not treat you in a way that you feel comfortable staying. So you will want to leave. And every time you want to leave, he gives you enough for you to remain. He might either apologize, beg you to stay, or start treating you nice, and then you change your mind. And then when you settle down, he goes back and does the same old thing. He horn you once, he tell you he's not going to do it again, he horn you a second time, and so on. Then he settle down, treat you nice, buy your gifts, all go places, and then bam, he gone again. Bread crumbing. Okay, people? So that is numero number 1. All right. So, you know, I try to make arrangement for these slackers who just come to my session late. So I'm going to put it up on top of there for those slackers who just walk in this class late. We have told y'all, do not come to the Mike at Night class late. But I feel sorry for some of you. So biology happens to be one of those. All right, let me see what you all saying online here now. There are women who like these men and who have to wonder where they have their minds gone. That's right, Eden. They fall for flair and fantasy and lies, says Flams. Josiane, good evening. Apologize, lost track of the time. It will not happen again. All right, apology accepted, Josiane. Nicely. They like a washing machine. Cycles. In and out. That's how they do it. All right. All right. So that is one. Let's go to number 2. Social pressure. Social pressure happens to be one of the reasons that some of these nice people go with somebody else. According to the article, people watch people on social media and long for the life that they have. They see somebody, might be their friend, they might not even know the person. put up this lovely picture of themselves with their mate and their boyfriend, and you long for that. And the man looks a certain kind of way. These guys look a certain kind of cool, handsome guys and so on, and you long for it. But you ain't ready yet because you ain't meet the man yet. But you keep seeing these pictures, and they say that this social media causes some people to go under social pressure to make a decision. Because look, everybody putting up picture of their man. Look, everybody putting up picture of they go so and so with their boyfriend or their husband and so on. And you feel left out. And so now you start to press overdrive on your vehicle because everybody else's vehicle going fast. Half of those people, madam, that you see posting picture to cover up some of the disaffection that going on in their own relationships. You understand me? A anniversary come around or a birthday come around, so they post up that for that period of time. But they are not happy in many cases. Not all of them. Some of them really happy. So I'm not blanketing it. But some of them, I am telling you, social media is fickle. It is fake. It is fantasy. It is fiction. It is a familiar fiction TV. Don't fall for it. Some women like eye candy type of men. You understand? Because we have this TV guy in our minds. Flat stomach, big chest, broad shoulders, rugged face, looking solid. And we say, that's a nice guy. And you make a decision on a relationship based on the man's physical makeup. Let me tell you, people get into relationships because of physical attraction. Big mistake. Because when they're leaving the relationship, they don't leave because of physical disaffection. They leave the relationship because of character flaws. That's why they leave. Don't enter it because of physical and leave for character. Start it off with character. So you have this nice woman and wants to meet this storybook guy. And let me tell you, some of the most manipulating guys. Nice up front. Say amen, somebody. Nice up front. But when you see they open up and unleash who they are, them not nice. Well, let's say what all I want that about talking men tonight. I just telling all that it is. I had daughter, I had sister. My sister online here tonight. I don't know if my daughter online. I have cousins that are women. I hope my wife not looking, so I ain't gonna call she name. You understand me? So we might as well make people aware. People always posting how happy they are, especially when they travel. Josiane said so. I don't know why we have to be posting. Remember last week I told you all, when we had the psychologist wrote up about the things that men love with women and so on, he putting them up on Facebook and so on. I don't want that. No, sir. All of that fake stuff and so on. They like to post those kind of pictures. No, you don't need to impress nobody and prove to nobody that your relationship working. You have to know that it's working. So that social media pressure that we fall for so often, all your stop it. Jacqueline Charles, rock and come in, man. Tyson Kitts Nevis, we talking about day. We have people from all over the Caribbean, man. Yes, all right. You say you're sorry to be late. I like people with manners. Thank you very much, Jacqueline. You are forgiven. Edwin Tulsi, they like to create impression. A lot of impressionists that we like to carry on with. Big wedding. That the money you borrowed for the wedding, the loan survives longer than the wedding or the marriage because you're still owing and your marriage already mashed up and you're still owing back. Boy, listen. I ain't playing with all of tonight, you know. Not tonight. Charmaine said, what about the men in Africa who get the prettiest girl depending on the size of their stomach? Yes. Imagine that. When a man belly big, is he does get the woman on them. Ali, Charmaine, you're reading things, you know, you're really in this thing. All right. You're preaching there, says Marcia Saunders. Even some of the persons looking at their posts are unhappy people, but they aren't putting their business out there. Yes, that's right. Thank you, Diane. She said talk hard. All right, welcome, Roxanne. Thank you. Your apology is accepted. All right. Langdon say you need to go Africa. All right. So we talk about social pressure. Stop this thing about. I've had people tell me, listen, I don't know where we get this social media thing that Peter to put up pictures, where you're now saying that you feel your boyfriend don't love you because he don't have your picture on his social media. How love on social media come inside of there? He should hide every pirate. Only listen to me. Every pirate hides his treasure. Which pirate does best bring out all the treasure outside? So every rich person would not wear all his jewelry on himself in one dress. We does be poor like church rat and wear all the jewelry. Understand? If you have a good pirate, you hide your treasure, you keep your ladies out of that whole facade. And if they so much want it, then leave them, let them go. There must be some reason why they feel they have to be on the social media and big up. So there are many people, and I'll tell you, there are many people who are no longer on social media and Facebook. Some of them, the reason why I put this thing on YouTube also, and usually it has to load up on YouTube after the program is finished. But I'm working to have it done live on YouTube and on Facebook because many people have told me that they want to be on the program, but they don't want no Facebook. You understand? So I have to cater for those people. Because I use Facebook because it is in keeping with what my objective is to reach people. I have to be where people is. But if I had a choice, if I wasn't doing this program, I come clean off of Facebook. No good as far as advancing a person's life and so on concerned. And so I try to make sure I plant things in it that would advance people's lives. Yeah? So, what these people saying? Angel say, well, yes, your business don't need social media. You don't need. It's attention people like, just that they converse, the sneaky dudes won't claim their woman, and they always want to be deemed available. So Langdon say, you don't claim your woman. You're not introducing her as your woman, you know, a friend. And some of them, their status says, when it comes to relationship, when you're looking at their profile, it says complicated. One is hiding her for a good reason, just saying, and not from someone else. This woman with low self-esteem, says Sheila. You see, Ted Jones, you see, I'm not bothering you with you tonight, you know. You asked me if we start already. Ted, what time do you know that we start? Hey. Anyway, that is two. Let's go to another one now. So we said biology was one. Social pressure is the next one. Let's go to the third one now. She says, the writer of this article says, there are some people don't even know what abuse looks like. Some of these nice girls. Let me tell you, some girls grow up well covered in. Grow up in some nice homes. They don't know nothing of the world. They are not street smart at all. Some of these girls think, if I would not do something, the man I'm with would not even think about doing it. Wrong. Because you would not warn your man. I wonder if this is a call to community program. Let me make sure next thing I put my business over the door. Hello, are you calling to calling on mic at night? Huh? All right. But you have to lower your radio because you're going in with the okay. So let me see if I could patch you through there now. Because you are going in on the okay, are you there? Are you there? Like you person hang up? All right, so try again. All right. 6885363. Try again. Yes, I was telling you that there are some women ignorant about abuse, grew up too covered. You see? So they don't know the way of the world. I'm not saying that you have to get into the world in order to know it, but somebody needs to teach you. Somebody needs to sit down. And that is the value of a father who understands slackers. When you bring your boyfriend home and you have a father there, trust me, these fathers could watch these fellas and smell him a mile off and know this one here is up to no good. Player. All he want to do is get into your pants. That father understands it. And let me tell you this, mark my word. Yeah, the call drop. So I wanted the person to try and get and see if they could get through. Mark my word, that anytime a girl has a father, a brother, an uncle close in her life, guys are less likely to mess with that girl. It is a girl who has no man in her life. I'm not talking about man friend. I'm talking about a relative who looks out for her. Those girls are more likely to pick up a guy who is abusive. All right? So let's see if we can try it now. All right. Okay, so you are live. Let me see if they would hear you there now. Hello, good day. Hi, how are you doing? All right. So I'm hoping that they are also hearing you because I'm hearing you quite clearly. North Carolina, wonderful, wonderful. Are you all hearing us, people? Okay. All right. All right. Okay, so you are live. Yes. Uh-huh. Yes. Hi. Yes. How are you? You go ahead. All right. So I'm hoping that they are also hearing you because I'm hearing you quite clearly. North Carolina, wonderful, wonderful. Are you hearing people? All right. So you are live. Yes. Uh, yes. Go ahead. Why are these women self-esteem so low? Example of a particular person, I will not call any name. But this person is a general manager of a restaurant. She is done, not finished done, is a petty fire. Now you explain to me why are these women going with a person like this? Okay. Okay. All right. So let's see if we could help you with that. Why is she with a guy who's what, a pedophile? Okay. All right. So okay. I think that some people were saying that they were having a little difficulty to hear you. But go ahead. Let me just give a recap. You were saying that why is it somebody would be with a pedophile, right? Yes? You can't listen to your radio. You have to listen to me on your phone. Okay, all right. Right. So you are asking why is it that the person is a pedophile and this woman is with a man like that? Am I right? Hmm. Do you think you have an answer? He good way in Roxborough? Eh? Hmm. Okay. Well, we will never understand the answers to some of the questions. But thanks for raising it. Somebody on the line may very well give a reason for it. All right. Well, you know that you might be able to find some of the answers in some of the other points we bringing down just now. All right. Nice. Thank you. All right. North Carolina, boy. Yeah. You ask a big time question. What is it a nice woman doing with a guy who in that kind of thing? Well, I don't know. But hopefully the answer is going to come down. Where are we? Let's make sure that we have everybody on board. Woo, I miss all of these statements and questions that people put in here. Not hearing, okay. Okay, so for quite a while, some people weren't hearing. Some women are like clothespins, play with their heads long enough and they open up. Somebody, I the father who doesn't understand it's like why no boyfriend for my daughters before the 45. The red flags they seen change color. Okay. All right. Okay, so if you all wish, call in, please. I like when we have the calls. I like the culture where the parents go looking for a partner for their son or daughter, says Trevor Adams. Yeah, and you know, it showed, Trevor, let me just segue there with that one. There's evidence that many of those relationships where they are more or less pre-arranged relationships work. I know of a particular girl that I've known for years. Before she was married, I know her after she married. And I knew when her husband died. And she said, and we all knew that she never selected her husband. Her husband was brought to her, she settled. But she said to me after the death of her husband, she stayed with him because marriage is a commitment. and they were able to live together, and she was dedicated to him in every way with that. And for all intents and purposes, she lived quite comfortably. I don't know whether it was love. I don't want her to be too pushy to go into that area, but she was very, very comfortable, and she was able to give as much as she can to the gentleman. Okay. What about the guys who supposed to have girl children, yet some of them are the ones going around treating someone else's daughter like that? Yep. That happens. Roxanne said we need to get back to those days when the children would bring home whoever they are dating instead of sneaking around. It would help in making a better decision. True. If we would be open enough to let them bring the children home, so that, you know, I try to tell my children, I'm not going to select your partner for you. You select. I'm hoping that the work I did with them in the early days would make them make good selections. My grenadier and the other person, so I sounded like you're taking on your phone in the middle of a conference speech. I always remember Mom decades ago said from the first time she see me, he looked like he up to no good, and there was nothing but wholesome at that time. So you became, in London, you became no good after? Hey. Anyway, we talk about the ignorance to abuse. They cannot recognize abuse. And honestly, there are so many women who currently going through abuse. They just know that some reason they're not happy, or some reason thing that they're not okay with, but they can't place their finger onto what it is. Sometimes they are verbally being abused. They just feel hurt and feel they've been insulted. But sometimes it is, you have been abused verbally. Some of them don't recognize that they're also being physically abused, because the lash that you got because of the answer back you give him, you tell yourself, well, it's because I answer back. So you justify and say, then you look for that. No, madam, you don't look for nothing, because you did not marry somebody who is your parent. You marry a partner. If something is not okay in the relationship, there are different ways to solve it. Hitting your spouse is not one of them. Do not take that. I told you all on this thing already. While I was courting with my wife more than 40 years ago, she told me anytime I hit her, it will be once. There'll never be a second chance. I never forgot that. I know that I did not have a second chance with her. Set your boundaries down. Hitting must never be one of them. Don't say, and don't tell yourself that it's because of the way how you behave and all of that. Yes, I am not supporting a woman who behaves bad, but I'm not supporting a man who hits a woman because she behaves bad. At all. All right. That's why engagement is necessary. I'm supposed to give you an idea. Yep. All right. It's 10 I'm supposed to go to, but we only do 3 so far. So do as I call if you want, and call me now. Call me now. All right. So let's go to the next one. Some people are stuck in the it used to be. This is what the article says. The reason why some nice women go for some slackers is because they remember the way how the relationship was. And oh, they want that back. You see, a woman goes with a man because of his potential, it is said. She sees something inside of this guy. So she ain't in reality of who the guy is. She really perceives him what he's capable of being. And remember I told you that a woman may very well tell herself that some of these nice women, I wouldn't harm my husband, my boyfriend. So she really is so ignorant that she does not feel that he will ever do it. I wouldn't lie to him. And he will lie to you. Not just because you are so nice that everybody else in the world is nice as you. No, don't be so naive, my man. At all. This is the real world out here. Let somebody sit down, let a man sit down with you and talk to you about men. Not all men. No, don't brand all men because of this program here, but we're revealing some of the things that regarding these nice ladies and these men. So she knows he used to remember my birthday, and we used to go for drive, and we used to cuddle, and we used to enjoy time together, and you want that back. But right now, you don't have that. You don't have that at all. But you fall for him, and you're still going and marry him. Because you already set a date, you already planned for things and so on. But this is how it used to be. But it is not so again. So you have to ask yourself, this is it? Now, what about those who are already married? You're already married, but this is how it used to be when we were courting or when it was early in the marriage. So what do? Well, there's a whole kettle of fish right there because now you're inside. You're inside and you are now committed to a marital relationship, a covenant relationship. You just gotta pick up and walk out just so. How Michael could say so. So she must stay there and she's unhappy. It is a marital relationship, sir and madam. That has a different context. If you don't want the context, don't get married. Talk done. All right. So she's stuck in that used to be. Let's go on to the next one now. Familiar abuse. I know I spelled that word bad, but this is not an English class and handwriting class and all. Familiar relationship. She's familiar with abuse. Remember the first one, the third one was she's ignorant to abuse. This one, she's so familiar to abuse, seen it with her mother, seen it with her sister, seen it with her aunt, or what the aunt went through, and think this is normal. So this nice lady now, well put together, understands life and what she wants out of life, settles for a guy who abuses her because she thinks all men abuse women, because every man in her life, in her family life, abuse women. No, not grounds to settle. You don't have to do that. Just because your aunt put up with it, you don't have to put up with it at all. I don't want no woman related to me that I know going through that. I do not want it. I don't want it for my daughter. I don't want it for my sister. I don't want it for my aunt. I don't want it for no woman, no cousin of mine must go through that. I'm not going to sit by and know that they're going through that and say nothing at all. And I think, this is what I think. If you are a man and you know your partner is abusing his woman, so you need to talk up. You can't make that trivial. You need to talk up and pull him straight, because what a woman cannot tell a man and what a woman cannot get a man to do, you can get a man to do, we can get men to do. So we need to talk up and we need to pull a man straight when we hear about that. And some of us have friends and partners that we know going through that. Tell me a lie. Greetings from Nigeria. Joan, you gone traveling? My goodness, Joan. Joan said, if you hit her, you will learn to bathe with your left hand. Because you, all right, because you wouldn't have a hand. They are not very vigilant to the behavioral pattern. All right. Yes, my people. All right. So that's a woman who is familiar with abuse and has accepted it as a norm. So let's go now to the problem solver. This is the woman that seemed to like to help people. The man going through problems, going through trials, going through things, and she sit down, she trying to talk to the man because she interested to help the man. This is an innocent relationship. Eh? Some women get themselves in a relationship with a man because she was busy helping him, and they get close. Sometimes same thing like a patient. You get too close to the patient, too familiar. By the time the patient get better, all you in love. And because of the problems that you're going through, and sharing, and secrets that you all are sharing, this nice woman settles for a guy, but she has not met the real guy as yet. Let me tell you, you don't marry somebody because you think you could fix him. You can't fix a man. I could fix him. I could get him his life together because he's a fella, he's got plenty potential, and he could settle down and I could fix him. You cannot fix a man. A man will fix himself as long as he realizes he needs fixing. He can get himself fixed. He can seek the help that he needs to get himself fixed. Because if a man cannot fix his car, he knows where to go to get his car fixed. Trust me. You can't fix it because you are not a mechanic. I've had a friend who came and told me she's getting married. I said, why are you marrying the guy? Well, you know, me and he have been good friend, and I've been the only person he could talk with, and he doesn't have many friends, and so I feel me and he have been close. So that's why you married him. Okay. I didn't think it was a wise decision, but they got married. But they're not married today because all the fixing him, he was very dependent on you fixing. So you can't carry your burden of your own issues and carry the burden of his issues also, trying to fix it. All right? So take note, all you nice ladies who trying to be so nice to us men, and be nice to us, yes. But don't think that God gave you the fix me up responsibility. Okay, all right. Sorry to hear about that, Joan. Sorry to hear about that. Give my regards to your people there. Let them know that I send condolences, even though I don't know who they are. I send condolences to them. And please enjoy your vacation, Joan. Are you with Tobago Joe, or you're gone flying off on your own? Sheila said that's the answer right there. Her mother was abused. Her stepfather treated her mom like dirt. That's the answer, Mr. Short. Just figure it out. Yeah? That's what happened. Camille, Jack, good evening to you. They're the only woman that can work miracle. Every woman believes that they are the exception. Seeing one mother got abused, some women would take revenge by treating a good man badly. Yes, that is also true. All right. So let's continue now. What number are we on now? I lost my way here now. All right. Number 7, self-blame. You know, that self-blame that we start to tell ourselves that we take responsibility for things that go wrong in the relationship. And some women take on more responsibilities for what went wrong than they should. Because the relationship went wrong does not mean that it's as though like I can't keep a man. Don't bring yourself to that. Take responsibilities for the things that you contribute to what. But don't take responsibility for the whole breakdown of the relationship or the state the relationship is in. Most times the relationship is in crisis. Two people are at fault, not one. So don't bring yourself to the point that you take 100% blame at all. All right? So that blame game, I wouldn't say too long on that because that one is self-explanatory, where we blame ourselves for what happens. So let's go now to this one, fear of not being loved. I think I like this one that the lady put, that the writer put. Fear of not being loved. All right. Thank you. Trevor, I see you sent me something there. It looks very interesting. I will follow up on it. Thank you very much. Fear of not being loved. Here's what the lady says. When a woman gets into a relationship after a very long period when she was not in a relationship, she may fear losing the relationship and returning to loneliness. So this fear of being single again calls her to stay in a relationship with a guy who she does not deserve or who does not deserve her. I think is the proper phrasing. Who does not deserve her. That fear of not being loved again. And sometimes because the person is might have aged over the years and because that they have not been in a relationship and they're looking at the age, if I don't keep what I have now, I wouldn't get anybody else. And so you have that issue and entangle. All right, so let's go to another one now. How are you going? All you going nice? Are you all enjoying the program? All you set some of our little hearts now. Let me see what's going on there. I see Cassie write 6. I don't know why she write 6. I must have said something or she must have, something must have gone, but you know, this thing has a delay. You know, this lady, she was dating a guy younger than her, and every time he used to beat her in front of children, the neighbor used to call the police, and when the police reached, she would say they're playing. Now that she is married to him, he beats her mostly every single day. That's sad. That's sad, Angel. That is sad. And she was covering for the guy. And you know how many women cover up for abusive men? Say that the black eye she get it because she walk into a door. How many doors your house have so that you would be walking into a door almost every month? So you don't know where the door is located by now? No, man. So, all right, Joan said, I think she embarrassed how people would think. Let me tell you, ladies, you are whole as you are, you know. It is good when a woman has a man, but a woman without a man is whole as she is. Don't let this thing tell you and let people put pressure upon you that because you don't have a man, it's as though you are less than a woman. You are a full woman without a man. When you are a full woman, it is all right if you have an ex-man, if you have a man in your life, because all that does is you complement each other. But without him, you are full already. Be okay. Be okay with you. All right, somebody tell me that they're not getting through on the program. I try. When we're doing the YouTube and all of that, then we will broadcast on my website. So we don't have to go through this thing here again. Somebody is setting me up with that. And hopefully by next week, we'll be broadcasting on my website. All right. So what number are we on now? All right. Lack of self-confidence. That's where we are now. Lack of self-confidence. That one is self-explanatory, where they said you might feel that you can't go for a better relationship in the event of a breakup because this is the best year you're going to make. You don't feel that you yourself can do better than this loser. Well, then that may need a whole set of counseling to get that person out of that, the self-esteem issue and the lack of confidence issue. This could make you stay and suffer, according to the writer, could make you stay and suffer in an abusive relationship that you otherwise would have left behind. And let me tell you, you don't have to be hit to be abused. You could have emotional abuse where your self-esteem is being hit verbally and psychologically every day by things people tell you, by the insults that they hurl at you, by the shameful things that they say, by them saying things out in the open that are hurtful to you, or that you told them in secret and they keep using it to whip you. All of that. Intimate abuse, psychological abuse, all of that is wrong. Wow, Joan said the reception is good, even though it's raining heavy. Nicely. Angel said, yes, people talk to her about it and she gets upset with them, so the people in the village no longer take part in her affair. Wow. Actually, people defend some of the abuse. Lisa says, I'm in a verbal abuse relationship. I want out of it. Told him to leave several times. He's not leaving. Lisa, you need counseling. You see that number on top of there? Call that number. You need counseling. He doesn't have to leave. You see, and that is the other thing about some of these nice ladies. You know. They say, if he doesn't want me, why doesn't he leave? Why is it he's going with all these women? Why does he just leave? You don't have to wait for him to leave. You need to make a decision on your own. You understand me? When you set boundaries, a man respects and honors a woman who has boundaries. But when you keep moving the boundaries, it's not going to get respect. But Liesel, as I said, call the number 868-480-0080. That's for private counseling. All right. Let me see. One. Let's try to. We are under tornado watch. Sheila, where are you, Sheila? With tornado watch. All right, final one. You all have been nice. You all have been really, really nice tonight. So we have this lack of self-esteem. Which one are we going with now? The bad boy myth. The bad boy myth. Good boy. The bad boy myth says, you know, there are some women who hear men talk about how they in bed and the sexual exploits, and they sound as though they know what they're talking about. They sound as though they know how to please a woman and pleasure a woman in bed. And some women like that bad boy myth. It's a myth because a man could say what he wants. The man could say, what do? Just because you have had 10 women doesn't mean that you can pleasure 10 women, because 10 women would not be pleasured in the same way. And many of these guys, I suspect, cannot keep one woman. So they keep having to go to a new woman every time. Because if you really can pleasure, it's hard to pleasure one woman consistently. Because you have to know her. You have to understand her. But if you take a one hit here and a one hit there, you could boast about how that one was. First time fling does always be sweet and exhilarating. But what about when you have to be in that relationship for 20 years and keep that fire up? You think it that easy? That is when you are being tested. That is when you should be a bad boy. To keep one woman happy sexually for 10 years. That's a good boy. If you could do that, you're a good man. You're good. But anybody could meet a woman tonight, and the newness of the fling is enough to get you excited. That's not good, boy. And a lot of ladies fall for that. Because when she imagine it, woo, she skin get goosebumps. And when she actually married the guy, the gentleman, the flagpole, moving right along. All right, people, that brings us down to the end of the program. As we said, if you want private confidential counseling, call the number that is above there, and we will help you. The lady who called in, I hope that she got the answer as to why the woman would stay in a relationship like that she spoke about. Might have been because the person has been accustomed to abuse, or the person does not even realize that they're being abused. The person probably might be afraid to come back out of the relationship. The Jones said the person started to stoop. Yeah, man. you hear some men boasting, and you watch if you're in a group and you hear a man boasting about how he good in bed and so on, watch that wife or that girlfriend face. And sometimes you just want to break out laughing because you tell yourself, that woman there, she just tolerating this guy with all his big talk. The man can't even raise a flag. You understand me? Boasting with himself. If you're that good, you would not need to boast. Your woman would boast. You don't need to boast for yourself. Hey, well, let me go and find something to do here. I enjoyed the program tonight. I hope you all did also. My name is Michael Stewart. It's Mike at Night. We are here on Thursdays. And when we here on Thursdays, we want to educate you and help you to have better relationships. That's all we want, to help you to have better relationships. That's what we're here for. Every Thursday, 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock. We may, if everything goes right, we may be going to 9 o'clock next week, because there's a radio station that wants to stream us live, but they can only do it at 9 o'clock. We will keep you updated. We will post it as we come along. But we're looking forward to that, because we're now going to reach more people in further places, and we're looking to team up with this particular station. All right? It's an online station. God bless you all. Michael Stewart. Enjoy your day now. See y'all. Ciao.